What is a tornado? A tornado is an extremely powerful, rapidly rotating column of air that extends from a thunderstorm, most often a supercell, down to the ground. Its shape usually resembles a funnel, but its size and form constantly change as it moves and strengthens. Tornado wind speeds can reach, or even exceed, 300 to 400 km/h. This is enough to lift cars into the air, demolish buildings, and cause severe destruction in just a few minutes. It is important to distinguish tornadoes from other wind phenomena. Hurricanes affect large areas with sustained, but usually slower winds, while dust devils or gusts are much weaker and short-lived. A tornado, on the other hand, strikes a small area with extreme force, and its unpredictable movement makes it especially dangerous. Although tornadoes usually last only a few minutes, this short time is still enough to change the fate of an entire neighborhood. That is why they are considered one of nature's most feared and extreme weather phenomena. How does a tornado form? Tornadoes almost always form from powerful thunderstorms called supercells. Within these storm clouds, a strong rotating column of air, called a mesocyclone, develops. This rotating motion forms the foundation of a tornado. Winds blow at different directions and speeds in different layers of the atmosphere. When upper and lower layer winds differ, they create a spinning motion in the air. At first, this appears as a horizontal cylinder, which is the first stage of tornado formation. If the lower atmosphere is warm and moist, while the upper layers are cold, the air becomes unstable. The warm air rises and meets the rotating column, stretching the cylinder into a vertical funnel. This is how the characteristic funnel shape forms. As the rotating column extends downward, it can reach the ground. This is when the tornado itself is born, with extremely destructive power over a small area. Even for a short time, it can cause severe damage. Tornadoes are difficult to predict. Their path is unpredictable, and their wind speeds can be extremely high. This is why tornadoes are one of nature's most feared and dangerous phenomena.
Oh my gosh, that is a monster.
Roughly
That's a huge wedge right there in El
of the
Reno.
entire planet's
It's crossing just north of the highway.
States.
We're safe.
The role of supercell storms. The strongest tornadoes almost always come from supercell thunderstorms. Supercells are highly organized storms with a deep, rotating updraft called a mesocyclone. This rotation gives the storm its incredible power and the potential to produce violent tornadoes. Supercells are characterized by persistent rotation, strong winds, and heavy rainfall. They can last for several hours, unlike ordinary thunderstorms, which are short-lived. The rotation within the storm stretches the air column vertically, creating the conditions for a tornado to form. Because of their structure, supercells can produce multiple tornadoes during a single event. They are also associated with hail, lightning, and extreme wind gusts. This combination of factors makes supercells the most dangerous source of tornadoes. Types of tornadoes. Tornadoes can form in different shapes and sizes, each with its own characteristics and destructive power. The classic funnel tornado is the most well-known type, shaped like a funnel that stretches from the cloud base down to the ground. It often moves quickly and causes concentrated damage. A waterspout is similar to a funnel, but forms over water, such as lakes or oceans. These are usually less destructive but still dramatic and potentially dangerous. A multiple vortex tornado is a rarer and extremely dangerous type, consisting of several smaller tornadoes forming at the same time. Their complex movement can cause severe destruction and makes them highly unpredictable. The Fujita and Enhanced Fujita scale is used to measure the intensity of tornadoes, ranging from F0 to F5. The scale was developed by Theodore Fujita, a Japanese-American meteorologist, in the early 1970s. Its main purpose was to provide a measurable and comparable way to classify tornado strength and the damage they cause. The original Fujita scale categorized tornadoes based on the level of destruction they produced. Later, in 2007, the Enhanced Fujita scale, EF scale, was introduced, using more precise measurement methods that consider the resistance of different types of buildings and structures. This allows tornado damage to be assessed more accurately, helping meteorologists and emergency management teams to prepare better and protect the public. F0 weak. Light damage, small branches broken, minor roof damage. F1 moderate. Mobile homes pushed, roof shingles torn off, small trees uprooted. F2 strong. Cars lifted, large trees uprooted, significant structural damage. F3 severe. Entire stories of well-built houses destroyed, heavy vehicles moved. F4 devastating. Complete destruction of strong buildings, widespread debris flying. F5 incredible. Total annihilation of structures, massive debris. Nearly all damage is catastrophic. Knowing the scale also helps in historical comparison of tornadoes and in refining statistical records. Thus, the Fujita and Enhanced Fujita scale has become the most important tool for measuring tornadoes, both for science and public safety. Where do tornadoes occur most frequently? Tornadoes are not evenly distributed across the Earth. Some regions are far more vulnerable than others. The most well-known region is the central part of the United States, called Tornado Alley. This area includes Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, and several surrounding states. Here, the conditions are especially favorable. Warm, moist air flows northward from the Gulf of Mexico and collides with cold, dry air coming from the north. This combination often leads to supercell thunderstorms and the formation of powerful tornadoes. But tornadoes do not occur only there. Another high-risk region is the southeastern United States, often referred to as Dixie Alley, where tornadoes tend to move faster and are more difficult to detect. Tornadoes can also form in other parts of the world, such as Canada, parts of South America, Europe, Australia, and certain regions of Asia as well. Although they are generally less frequent and weaker, the geographic distribution of tornadoes is mainly influenced by climate, terrain, and the interaction of different air masses. That is why understanding high-risk regions is so important, because it supports better forecasting, improves preparedness, and ultimately helps protect human lives.